All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, and rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful lake out there, pushing His word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. What I want to get into, is a response, to the elder brother out of Dallas, the elder brother Ariala, and he did a quick, World War III update. Um, here we go, here we go, and it was based on the events that we're seeing playing out in the earth. It's all leading up to the second coming of Yahweh Shah, all right, and the establishing of the throne of David, in the earth, and that's why it's very vital, that we understand these things in the spirit of what and understand what's happening, and that's why prophecy is at the forefront of the ministry, man, going into the things that shall come to pass, and understanding, all right, how to maneuver in these times, what to avoid, okay, and what mindset to be in, man, and that's another thing. Like, that's why, it's extremely, we have to be extremely grateful that the Lord, has raised up, spiritual, humble men, that sincerely, teach His word with no guile, okay? Because that's putting us in the mindset to be, okay? Because you have a lot of our people that know they're Israelites that have no mindset towards prophecy, man, okay? They're caught up in the gimmicks, and the clout, of being an Israelite and really not being put in the mindset to endure the times that's to come, because to get to everything that, we wish and hope for in the scriptures, there's a time of chaos, there's a time of suffering, that we must endure, okay? And sound doctrine is prepping our minds to endure. And everything that, was prophesied, because you go into, matter of fact, let's get Luke 21, because Yahweh Shai gave us a rundown of the scenarios and the things that will be going down, all right, right before He will come, because one of the most, asked questions amongst, our forefathers, was they were desiring, when is the kingdom, when is the rulership of Israel going to be established in the earth? Because that's what our forefather was inquiring, okay, because the return of Yahweh Shai means the return of Israel back to power. Okay, that's the the um the whole sentiment behind waiting on Yahweh Shai's return, is that's our return to power as a nation. Okay, so as you see in the scriptures, our forefather, would ask. Matter of fact, they just get it, you know, they just get it. The precept talk. This book of Acts chapter 1, verse 6, it says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, without at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel. Okay? So this lets you know that the kingdom, that Yahweh Shai's, what this lets you know what Yahweh Shai meant. Yahweh Shai was a representation of the restoration of the kingdom of Israel. Okay? That's what this thing was all about. This is why Herod was trying to seek him out at his birth and kill Yahushua. Okay, because he knew, all right, that the birth, all right, of this particular Hebrew son, okay, from the tribe of Judah, represented the dominion of Israel in the earth. Okay, so we have to understand, when we speak about Yahushua, we're speaking of our return back to power and righteousness, man. Okay? So Acts 1 and 6, it says, when they therefore will come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, without at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel. And this is what Yahweh's response. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons, okay, which the Father hath put in his power, because only the Father know the exact time when he's going to, establish Israel, all right, as the eternal power in the earth. Okay, beginning with Yahweh Shai, the 144,000, their governing body. Okay, only the Heavenly Father knows their exact date and time. That's why you read in NLT, Acts 1 and 7, he replied, the Father alone has the authority to set those dates and times. They are not for you to know. Okay? So it's not on us to know the exact date. But what Yahweh Shai did, he gave us a rundown of things that will be happening in the earth, man. Okay? That will let you know that it's the season. We're coming into the season of of Yahweh Shai's return, which would be the establishing of the kingdom. So when you go here to Luke chapter 21, all right, this is Luke 21 and 5. It says, and as some spake of the temple, how it was adorned with goodly stones and gifts, he said, as for these things which ye behold, the days will come, in that which there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. So he's speaking of the destruction of the temple 70 AD. You know, when the temple would be completely destroyed, you know, because Jake was there admiring the temple. How Shai looking at him like, look, it's going to come a day where it's not going to be one stone left upon another. All right, so now he's going into what? Prophecy. All right, the spirit of prophecy, you know, is on him, and he's going into prophecy. Verse 7, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign shall there be? All right, and what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? Now, they're asking about that temple, but he's going to go into the end time prophecies, man. You know, which Yahushua spoke of the destruction, you know, the temple. He went into those things. Okay, Jerusalem shall be compassed about, you know, and she will be held in on every side, you know, which that happened in 7 AD. We were sieged, you know, by those Roman legions, you know, under the command of Vespasian, okay, and then later his son Titus, okay. So what we seeing now, all right, is the same thing happening again, except it's on a much larger scale, okay. So when Yahweh Shai, he's going into these things, as we see these things start to happen, we have to have the mindset, here we go. You know, going back to the elder brother's lesson, you know, here we go. Okay? It says, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be, and what shall be there? I said, and what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, take heed that you do not be deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. And we're seeing that now, because there's a lot of Jake that are rising up, you know, as if they're this, you know, this divine or anointed figure, okay, that has the instruction to victory, man. We've seen, look, what you Jake? You got Jake, you know, rallying the troops, you know, going to Chicago, you know, those type of figures, you know, the Chief Ephraims and these different other men that come in this stead, as if, because here it is, they start to operate outside the doctrine, but they move as if they're divinely anointed to do so. Okay, so we see many characters, like there's a lot of characters, you know, that present themselves as some type of Messiah. Okay, you got those guys at Sakari. Okay, the top two men at Sakari, Alazar, all right, and Deacon Hakkad, if I'm saying it right. Okay, you have, you know, WFI, you know, Wi-Fi, Watchman for Israel, Naquam. Okay, you have what you call General Commanding Yohana, ISUPK, him and Tazariak. Okay, they present themselves as if they're these great, you know, messianic figures. Okay, that's going to lead Jake to the victory, man. Okay, Nate YUIC, Chief Ephraim, you know, Zabak moving that spirit as well, you know, but it's for sure Chief Ephraim, you know, and we just marking those that fit that bill. All right, the hell with y'all hating. Shut up. Okay, you gonna see. And that term hating is played out. Okay, that goddamn term, y'all hating. What did that do for us, man? Okay, like what? Like we hate on if we hate on them, like we see reductions in our bills and increase in our salaries, man. Like what does that do for us, man? Okay, and Jake just gonna learn the hard way. But reading on, um it says, but when you shall hear of wars, verse 9, Luke 21:9, but when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Okay, so we're hearing of wars, rumors of wars, which are circulating stories, because you've been hearing them for years. Okay, but now we're coming to the point where these rumors are starting to pan out as actual war. Okay, so when we first started hearing these things, there wasn't the end wasn't directly after we first started hearing of these stories of wars. Okay, because they've been speaking about World War III for years, man. Especially in these last 5 years. Okay, you've been hearing a lot of story. Okay, and circulate stories about World War III. You know, the nukes. They've been talking about the nukes lately. Okay, all these nations, missile capabilities and all these different things. All right, but now, we're in a time to where these nations are really putting themselves in array, which is battle formation. We have, skirmishes, that are going to lead to major conflict, man. Okay, so everything that Yahushua is saying, we're seeing it. Here we go. This is what Yahushua was speaking of. Verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to their synagogues and into their prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Yeah, and we're seeing all these things working together. The wars, all right, rumors of wars, the earthquakes. The earthquakes is just off the chart. All right, and then you have um the persecution that's being played into this, because this war and what's going on. Guess what? Our persecution is tied into it. Okay, the pestilence, the collapse of economy, all these things are tied into what we're seeing playing out over there in that region of the earth, man. Or that's what they call the Middle East. Okay, and we're seeing what you got the plant, the agent army of Yahushua. Okay, that's us being get ready. This is us. All right, getting ready to have to explain. Okay, some of us might get snatched up and have to what? Explain what we believe. Okay, was the Lord gonna give us a mouth in that time to speak? It said, it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Okay, and this is where we're at. We are seeing these things, man. You know, we should be able to see. Okay, they finna come. They finna roll. Esau finna go with his move. Yeah, ISUPK just had some little incident where, some supposedly Palestinian woman drove into the ISUPK building. It's a lot of things. Like you can see, they incorporating us into the script of propaganda. We're being incorporated into that, man. All these camps that are tied into, the government, they finna play their role. We finna see a major increase in agent activity, man. All right, of plants and agent provocateurs, man. Okay, that's finna become normal. We finna see a lot of activity as these things are starting to unfold. And Yahushua, he's giving us the rundown of all these things that will be happening, man. So nothing should be a surprise to us, man. And he was telling us these things so nothing will catch us off guard, man. Okay. And it says, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Okay? We shall be hated for all men for his name's sake. Okay, based on what we believe. Okay, because they're finna get ready to demonize the name, demonize the doctrine. Okay, you got Jake making mockery. All right, the doctrine is finna be greatly despised in the earth, man. What we believe in is finna be greatly despised under the banner of Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's why, hey, betrayal from my kinsmen. That's part of it, man. You know, that's why we ain't the time to be, just too, cozy with the fam. Okay, with our earthly families, man. Every situation different. Like we teach not to be no asshole, be cordial. Okay, and then we also have to understand the times that we in, man. Because the prophecy gives us an advantage where we see the play for it play out. So we know how to make adjustments and act accordingly, man. You know, we know how to act accordingly. We know what it is, man. We know, all right, the situation and circumstances we in, man. Till we make judgments based off prophecy, man. We make adjustments based off prophecy. All right, it says, but there shall not inherit on your head perish. Yeah, because some of us, all right, are going to be put to death, but some of us, not a hair on our head, going to be perished. The most of us, man. You're going to have martyrs for the sake of prophecy, okay? Then you're going to have, those that the Lord going to live for standing for, man. Okay, verse 19, in your patience possess ye your souls. All right, now I just want to go here because we have to endure these things, man. We're going to be put in circumstances to where we're going to have to really trust in our power. We're really going to have a mindset, that look, we go just to take the suffering, man. Take being uncomfortable, and just wait on the favor of the Lord. We're going to be in those circumstances, man. Okay, and it says, verse 28, it says, and when these things begin to come to pass, look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. So when these things begin to happen, the scripture tells us to look up because our redemption draweth nigh. Okay? We here, man. Like, here we go. So we're seeing these things happen. Just know salvation is here, redemption is here. And we're gonna go through that straight gate. The hatred is coming, the persecution, the loss of these material assets that we've gained in this world. Okay? But guess what? We're gonna lose that and gain Yahweh shot. You see? And we have to go into these times with that mindset. So I just wanted to, respond to that, in the spirit. Lord will you brothers and you sisters edified. To the next time I say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Abab Abal. All right, soon.